surfaces. So rain and snow showers continue on and off throughout the day, mixing and changing back and forth. Then it changes over to snow overnight tonight. We'll time it out for you and tell you how long the snow will last coming up in your full forecast. Pat and Gus, over to you.
All right, Raphael, thank you. We want to go back now to that breaking news in New Jersey.
Yeah, investigators on the scene of a shooting involving a 10-year-old child. Today, New York's Rana Novini joins us live from Newark with what we're learning. Rana?
Hey, Gus and Pat, a very active scene this morning. Police are still here investigating on South 19th Street. If you take a look behind me, you can see they have this street blocked off, a good portion of it blocked off as they continue the investigation. Here's what we know so far. Take a look at some video from what we saw earlier this morning as family members were coming out here trying to understand what exactly happened. We know that police arrived here around 1 a.m. and they say that a child had been shot, a 10-year-old boy had been shot, and the prosecutor's office confirms to us that when they responded, a child or a person had passed away, so we can assume that it was indeed that child who was shot here earlier this morning. Again, very early in the investigation. We don't know what led up to the shooting and who exactly pulled the trigger. Police are trying to piece all of that together. I just got off the phone with the prosecutor's office, and he says basically they can't tell us right now if they're looking for anyone in this shooting. Very, very early in the investigation. If you look back out here live right now, you can see police still here. They have this blocked off. They're trying to figure out what's going on, but we can't tell you. A 10-year-old boy shot and killed here in Newark. Back to you.
All right, Rana Novini, thank you. We are also following breaking news overseas, where a Paris area airport's been evacuated. NBC News confirms that a suspect was shot and killed inside Paris Orly Airport this morning. And French officials say the man was involved in an earlier shooting. Investigators say the suspect was trying to take a weapon from a military soldier on patrol at the airport. Two other soldiers opened fire during that struggle. No other injuries reported. But now France's interior minister says that suspect shot a police officer earlier in the day and stole a car at gunpoint. A source tells NBC News the airport incident is being treated as an attempted terrorist attack.
New York City is in mourning today, grieving the senseless killing of a first responder. Yadira Arroyo was a veteran EMT, a mother who saved lives. And the man who allegedly hijacked her ambulance and ran over her faced a judge and the raw emotions of the men and women who worked with her and called her a friend. Dozens of EMTs chanting the name that they had affectionately called their fallen comrade, Yadi Yadi. And at the exact same time, a few miles away, fire officials draped black and purple bunting over the station house where Yadira Arroyo served for 14 years. And new exclusive surveillance video allegedly showing that suspect, Jose Gonzalez, as he appears to hop on the back of Arroyo's ambulance on Thursday as she and her partner raced to help a pregnant woman. Police say when Arroyo exited the ambulance to confront Gonzalez, he hopped into the driver's seat, then backed into her, running her over and dragging her body.
I didn't see you. Right. This was murder.
It's absolutely a tragedy. It is a tragedy for the woman who lost her life. Mr. Gonzalez is severely mentally ill.
And we are told that Gonzalez has been arrested more than 30 times in the past, but his attorney says he's only been convicted a few times and only for misdemeanors. Gus?
And several miles away from that courthouse in Morrisania, a sad and solemn ritual unfolded. Remembering and mourning the woman who died as a hero. Ironically, Yadira Arroyo lived on the same block as that man accused of mowing her down. News 4's Michael George spoke to some of the men and women who loved her the most.
We're outside the station house where Yadira Arroyo worked for 14 years, saving the lives of others. Tonight we spoke with her family and her fellow EMTs as they mourn the life of a hero who died in the line of duty. New York's bravest are leaning on each other for support as they mourn Yadira Arroyo. In an emotional news conference, her partners in uniform say she was more than a colleague, she was family, the matriarch of Station 26.
She will live on in the life she saved and the people she helped. I'm sorry.
Yadi, as she's known to her friends, was also a mother to 5 children of her own. We spoke with her brother, who's also an EMT.
She always took her kids out on vacations. She always tried really hard to be there for them.
Outside Station 26, they raised the black and purple bunting in her honor. A salute from the FDNY for 14 years of service saving lives, including the night she was killed.
Without a moment's notice, she did what she thought was right to do, even in the face of danger.
I love her. We all love her, the station, the department, and we will never forget her.
We found that almost everyone in this Bronx neighborhood has a story about Yadi and her kind heart and generosity. Joseph Brown told us even though he didn't know her well, every time he couldn't afford a meal, she gave him money from her own pocket.
She was a lifesaver. She was that type of person that would give from her heart.
Michael George, today in New York.
Stay with News 4 with up-to-date information on this story. You can also turn to our website, NBCNewYork.com.
And new this morning, we have pictures of the person that police believe stabbed a man to death in Harlem. This man accused of attacking the 30-year-old victim on Thursday night. The man found unconscious by officers at the corner of West 142nd Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard. He'd been stabbed on the left side of his body. We don't know what sparked that attack. And police have arrested the man accused of posing as a police officer in Queens. They say he tried to solicit money from a preschool. Police sources tell News 4 that the man we've shown you in this surveillance video is John Williams. Officers say he tried to pull a similar stunt at a pharmacy and at a barber shop in Astoria. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is now in Beijing. He had his first face-to-face meeting this morning with Chinese leaders about North Korea's nuclear program. Tillerson pushed China's leaders for further cooperation in dealing with the North's nuclear program. He flew to China from South Korea, where he warned that he will not rule out possible military action to counter the North's nuclear threat. He also ruled out talks with that communist nation until North Korea gives up its weapons of mass destruction.
Meantime, President Trump is back at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida this morning, just one day after his meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, the first time they have met at the White House. And during that meeting, the president continued his unproven claims that Trump Tower was wiretapped. He suggested he was the victim of the same surveillance that the Obama administration was once alleged to have used to monitor Merkel. The German chancellor did not weigh in on the incident. Also during the visit, the two talked on a broad range of topics, among the issues NATO. The president said he had strong support for it, but pressed Merkel and other allies to pay their dues.
Many nations owe vast sums of money from past years, and it is very unfair to the United States. These nations must pay what they owe.
Merkel pledged that Germany would increase its own payments. The president has long complained that the U.S. takes on too much of the burden of the cost of that alliance.
Still to come this morning on Today in New York, a royal visit in France, how this morning's airport shooting could impact the Prince and Duchess's itinerary.
And if you're in the market, why now may be the time to check out that open house. We have a consumer alert for you. Plus, Raphael joins us with a preview of trivia.
That's right, guys. Trivia is back, and this week's questions are all about the ladies. Log on now. Women's History Trivia is coming up.
Yeah.
My Powerbomb Plus. The power is in the palm of your hand.
Find your perfect position and relax.
Only $12.99 in queen size with my Bobopedic Hybrid 9 mattress. Official furniture store of the New York Giants.
What does this button do?
No.
I was just about to play my solo. Well, then I was just in time.
Out with the old. In with the better. Make room for your new Hyundai. The spring cleaning sales event is here, and it's time to save. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And this is the reason to buy now. Lease a Tucson for just $119 a month for 24 months. But don't wait. These offers end March 31st.
When you're house hunting, you might be thinking,
Subway tile.
do Subway tile.
Subway tile.
Subway tile.
Subway tile!
But your RE/MAX agent knows.
While Subway tile is great, natural stone may have a better resale value.
The knowledge to find what's right for you. That's the sign of a RE/MAX agent.
So I want my glasses to be unique. My girlfriend loves artists. And I need a conservative pair because her parents hate artists.
Get up to 40% off a second pair of glasses. Schedule your eye exam at pearlvision.com.
Seriously, what is this place?
It's heaven.
Yeah, muscle heaven.
You want to take one for a test drive?
miles away.
Dodge, Fast and Furious tested and approved. Check out the Journey in Durango during the Fast and Furious sales event. Best in class power for under 30 grand. The Fate of the Furious, in theaters April 14th, in dealerships now.
Well-qualified current lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2017 Dodge Durango all-wheel drive for $249 a month.
Having kids means having stuff.
Question is, where do you put all that stuff?
My Keystone Stairway bunk. Plenty of storage for stuff or kids. In espresso or white, only $777. Act now. This price only lasts forever.
Tick-tock.
Kind of a gray, overcast sky there, but take a look at the temperature, 36 degrees. In just a few moments, Raf's going to track some, well, I guess we call it the wintry mix that's in the area. But right now, we got to talk about this. Thousands of revelers and marchers descending on Fifth Avenue for the 256th St. Patrick's Day Parade.
And as he has for the last 6 decades, our beloved senior correspondent Gabe Pressman was out and about in the parade, talking to the marchers, the revelers, and all the folks celebrating Irish culture and heritage.
Now, with the sights and sounds from the festivities, here is News 4's Gabe Pressman.
I love Gabe.
There was a nip in the air, but the sun shone brightly as the St. Patrick's Parade marched up Fifth Avenue. Presiding over the proceedings in a traditional role, Cardinal Timothy Dolan took note of the sunshine and kidded a reporter.
You know, Gabe knew St. Patrick. The weather gives us a lesson about the meaning of St. Patrick's Day. They always say St. Patrick's Day is the bridge between winter and spring. The Irish people have had their share of both. So they've had the sufferings of the winter, but they also have the joy and sunshine of spring.
The skirl of bagpipes, the happy step of the marchers, underline the Cardinal's words. It's been said that a face can look like a map of Ireland.
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
You could see that many times over today. The mayor was less talkative by design. As for Governor Cuomo, he was swept away from our camera by a swarm of handlers. But in the crowds that watched spontaneous thoughts and words, there was an elderly lady from Cambridge, Minnesota.
I think it's wonderful. I enjoy every band, every marching person.
And a 7-year-old whose birthday was today.
It must be nice to have a birthday on St. Patrick's Day.
It is very nice.
And a veteran parade watcher who loves this holiday.
Every year for 35 years, I have come to the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Are the people all Irish?
You don't have to be. Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
The first St. Patrick's Day Parade in 1762 consisted of a band of immigrants homesick for Ireland. There was no trace of homesickness today on Fifth Avenue, but love of Ireland and New York prevailed. On Fifth Avenue, Gabe Pressman, News 4 New York.
It was a beautiful day and just remarkable thing. Gabe has been doing that now for 6 decades,
yes.
As you pointed out.
As you pointed out, he interviewed that first group of revelers who celebrated.
I don't know that it goes all the way back to 1762.
We love you, Gabe. Love you.
And the weather worked out.
Cardinal was funny.
I'm sorry, but today now we have this precipitation coming in.
Yeah, better yesterday than today. Of course, to have the sunshine. Today we're dealing with cloudiness and some rain and snow showers as well. So the weather getting a little messy as we head into the weekend, but I'll explain exactly what it means for you and depending on where you live coming up. You see the snow covering the ground still. We may get additional snow. Light accumulations a possibility. There's a beautiful shot of Midtown, though. And you can see that coating of snow continues to hold steady, even though temperatures, we're on the move there. 36 degrees. And there we go, taking a look downtown. Beautiful shot. But the cloudy skies dominate the skyline. You can see here's the very latest on the snow situation this weekend. We're going to see a mix today. Light rain and snow in the city and along the coast. North and west of town, we'll see snow showers, but they're on and off throughout the day. Anything that's mixed changes over to snow tonight, especially after midnight, and that light snow continues right into Sunday morning. We're expecting light accumulations. That snow may linger north and west of town. So here's what it means for the roads. If you're traveling tonight and tomorrow morning in New York City, we're talking about mainly wet roadways, so that's good. Long Island, Hudson Valley, Connecticut, and Northwest New Jersey, you may see those slushy spots. We could get light accumulations. The roads should be mainly wet, but especially the untreated roads. Those are going to be the ones that get a little bit dicey into tomorrow morning. Jersey Shore, you're looking good with mainly wet roadways in places like Monmouth and Ocean County. So as far as accumulations, it's not a big snowfall. We're expecting about a coating in the city and nearby suburbs. You have to head into the distant suburbs, into the Hudson Valley and Northwest New Jersey. That's where you may see a couple of slushy inches. 3 to 4 inches of possibility in those higher elevations of Ulster County and, say, Northwest New Jersey especially. And then maybe eastern Long Island, you may have snow showers lingering a bit tomorrow morning. That could give you, again, mainly on grassy surfaces, a couple of inches there. Here's a look at Storm Tracker 4's Red Sweep, the most powerful and precise radar in the tri-state, giving you that real-time look. And we are tracking some snow showers now in Nassau County. Oyster Bay, you're seeing some light snow. It's not going to accumulate because these are in and out. Upper Brookville also dealing with some light snow. Into western New Jersey, Warren County, we've been tracking this one area of snow showers in Hackettstown. This is also maybe going to coat some surfaces, especially the grassy ones, the unpaved ones, because temperatures are relatively mild. You can see it's warm enough for rain down the Jersey Shore right now, maybe some freezing rain in middle New Jersey, but we're tracking a larger system that's going to be moving throughout the weekend. So it's chilly. We have those mixed showers today. You can see in your weather headlines, changing over to snow overnight tonight. Light accumulations are possible, especially north and west. And then we do have some warmer weather coming our way in the 10-day forecast. I'll show you that in just a second. Temperatures in Westchester County in the 20s and 30s. It's 32 in Tarrytown, 32 in Scarsdale. Notice where we're above freezing. Central Park and places down the Jersey Shore, 36 in Toms River, but cold enough for snow in Hudson Valley and Northwest New Jersey. It's 21 now in Sussex and a bone-chilling 14 degrees at this hour in Poughkeepsie. So as you're planning your day, do have the umbrella handy. Rain and snow showers around 10 o'clock. Temperatures holding in the mid-30s to upper 30s throughout the day, and it does get breezy. You'll notice those winds picking up in intensity, especially after 2-3 p.m. By the evening, we have rain and snow showers starting to change over to snow, and it will be breezy. Now, you can see on Future Tracker, this is not a strong, powerful storm. Not a lot going on today. Everything that falls is pretty light throughout the afternoon. 6 o'clock tonight, if you have dinner plans, you want to have the umbrella for those spotty showers. And heading into the overnight, again, some light snow showers out there, building up mainly on the grassy spots. You can see in our 10-day forecast, 40 degrees is your high today. It's chilly and a little raw. Windy tomorrow, but temperatures are on the upswing. 44 is your high temperature for Sunday. First day of spring, feeling a little bit more like spring, breezy with a high temperature near 50 degrees. Now you can get real-time weather whenever and wherever you are on the NBC4 New York app. Watch Storm Tracker 4's powerful and precise radar sweep. Get your hourly forecast and weather alerts for your neighborhood. Your most accurate forecast is with the NBC4 New York app. Install for free. Gus, over to you.
Thank you. Prince William and his wife Kate are in France this morning for the first time as a married couple. And they say that this morning's shooting at the airport in Paris will not change their plans. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have made their first royal visit to the country since they've been married. Prince William delivered a greeting from Queen Elizabeth during a reception and dinner at the British Embassy in Paris. The royals plan to meet with victims of the Paris attacks that happened in November of 2015. They'll also watch a France-Wales rugby match.
Also overseas, a bizarre accident that caused a traffic jam on a major highway in Lebanon. Traffic video shows this tractor trailer, look at it there, it's rolling backwards down a busy 6-lane roadway. Then, bam, flips over. The truck was headed uphill, started having gear trouble, but it hit 2 cars before it struck that median and then flipped over onto its side. Fortunately and incredibly, really, nobody was hurt. By the way, that highway links the capital of Damascus with Beirut, the Syrian capital.
Well, a record number of travelers took to the skies on U.S. airlines last year. The Department of Transportation says 823 million people flew on U.S. carriers in 2016. That is up 3% from the year before. More than 1 million of those customers were not from the U.S. There are also a record number of seats available for travelers last year because of the expansion done by many airlines. And if you're looking for a new home, you might want to have a check handy for that next open house. A new report says the spring housing market is a seller's one. Brokerage Redfin found that the average home sold last month was under contract in 60 days. And nearly 15% of listings posted in February were off the market in just 2 weeks.
Wow.
Redfin says it's the fastest February market they have seen since they started tracking data in 2010.
Still ahead this morning on Today in New York, it's time to ask Produce Pete.
Hey, good morning. Well, today we're talking about something I really love, bananas. Now, who doesn't like bananas? So coming up next, all you want to know about bananas. And I'll tell you what, besides eating them, what you can do with the skin of the bananas. And here comes my little top banana. Here you go. You want a little? Betty made that. She's the top banana here.
Tuesday at 6. Rats, mold, roaches plaguing this apartment building.
I put the lights on, there's a rat on her face.
So why are your tax dollars paying for this? The I-Team investigates. Watch live at 6 or streaming on the NBC4 app.
I'll walk from here, Dad.
Are you embarrassing me?
Oh, no, it's not you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Stop by for our $4.99 paint sale, or only $3.99 when you use your Mako credit card. Mako, America's Body Shop.
Searching for summer vacation. Searching for award-winning beaches and world-class restaurants, rare attractions, the best diving, fishing, golf, shopping, history, showing results for the Cayman Islands.
In Cayman, there are more things to do than there are days in the summer. Create your itinerary at onlyincayman.com. Book now for up to 30% off accommodations and experiences. Find your Cayman kind with non-stop flights from JFK on JetBlue.
Remember when everything you did was for the fun of doing it? BMW sports activity vehicles are the perfect combination of ample space, dynamic power, and sleek design. There truly is an X perfect for every adventure, so you can go wherever the fun takes you. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW X1, X-Drive 28i for $329 a month.
Why is this such a big deal? Because everything is on sale at Raymore and Flanagan.
You're gonna save so big.
Get 50% off mattress closeouts, up to 29% off dining rooms, up to 30% off bedrooms, up to 33% off living rooms. Giant savings on outdoor furniture. No interest for 72 months, 3-day delivery now 7 days a week. It's going on now at Raymore and Flanagan.
I'll walk from here, Dad.
Are you embarrassing me?
Oh, no, it's not you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Stop by for our $4.99 paint sale, or only $3.99 when you use your Mako credit card. Mako, America's Body Shop.
Saturday, April 8th is your day. Our day.
The day we come together to help end hunger.
But we can't do it without you.
Head to your nearest Stop and Shop to make a donation. NBC4 and Telemundo 47 are feeding our families.
Well, look who's back from sunny Florida
Hey, good
with a
morning.
suntan and a whole lot of bananas. How
Good
you
morning.
doing, Pete?
I'm fine.
Good
I'm
to
fine.
have you back,
They
buddy.
used to grow actually bananas in Florida, but they don't grow them
I didn't
anymore.
know that.
Now everything comes out of South America now. All right, so before we start, I want to thank our friend Joey Palumbo. You know, Joey's
Joey
always
Bananas.
here every top banana. He's always here every year with us. He's just a little under the weather today.
Aw,
so
feel better, Joey.
But I want to thank him for bringing us these Dole bananas. Absolutely beautiful. We consume about 100 billion bananas worldwide in the United States. I mean, in the world. 100 billion.
Wow, that's a lot of
The
bananas.
average American eats per capita about 27 pounds of bananas a year.
Is that right?
If you live in Uganda, though, you consume 500 pounds of bananas.
Serious?
I swear to God. So if you got a banana store, you are a merchant in Uganda, you're probably doing pretty good selling bananas. I'm telling you right now.
Telling you.
But they're, like I said, the bananas, they're out there. They're a year-round item, and you see them all the time. So when we talked last year, Joey taught us a couple of little things about when you get a banana, you peel it from the bottom. See, like, so you won't get the strings and stuff like that.
Yes, that's my new
And
thing.
he also taught us about see, I dropped my banana.
Don't slip on the peel. Don't.
So
But you
he
could've
also
polished your shoes while you were
right,
down there,
that's what he
right?
said. He also told us about the skin of the banana here. You can use to polish your shoes.
That's crazy.
You can also use the skin of the banana. If you have a headache, you put it on your forehead, and it actually cures headaches. Also, there's a couple little things that you do with bananas.
Pete, have you tried that
I'm telling you.
personally?
Listen, you know, Betty's always buying this stuff for her teeth, you know, to whiten her teeth and everything. She loves the white teeth. That's what she wants. Well, Bet, I'm telling you, or anybody else, you take a banana peel, You rub it on your teeth for about 2 minutes at night. Gargle with a little salt water. Within 2 weeks, your teeth will get nice and white.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding you.
I'm going to try that now.
Here's another thing with banana. The peel of the banana, the inside of the banana.
Yeah.
You have a scrape. You have a mosquito bite. You put it on there. And what it will do, it'll actually, heal it and everything. Also, you ever get those splinters that you can't get out?
How many uses of a banana?
I'm telling you, it's amazing what you can use it for. You ever get these little splinters that you can't get out? Yeah. You tape a banana skin to it like this. Yeah. The enzyme in the banana will actually pull the splinter out.
You make me want to go home and try to
get it. You can use everything. On a banana, you can actually use
intentional splinters, get a headache, and polish my shoes all in one day.
And if you by eating bananas, they'll make you happy, or they'll make you cheer you up. The serotonin that develops from eating bananas will actually cheer you up and cure you from depression.
You know what cheers me up?
What, me?
Eating Betty's banana bread and being with you.
Okay. So with the bananas, what you want to do is, bananas are like me, they don't like the cold. Now people say, how do you keep bananas from going bad, or you buy too many ripe ones and all? You can actually take a banana and stick it in the refrigerator. What's going to happen is the banana will turn black on the outside, but the inside of the banana will actually stay the same. You know what I mean? I just don't like the consistency. To me, the consistency breaks up. So if you decide that you want to try to keep them longer, take a little saran wrap here.
Go right around the top, right?
And that's what you do. And you put it here, very, very tight along the stem here of the banana.
Keeps the gas in? Is that what it does?
Yeah, that's right. And you'll get 3 to 5 extra days on it.
Awesome.
But like I said, when you're in the supermarket at your greengrocer, look for bananas. They're always at a reasonable price. Bananas actually, with inflation, they're actually more reasonable than they've been for the last 30 years. They get cheaper and cheaper every year if you factor in inflation. But they're out there, they're available. Always buy bananas with a little bit of color. Don't buy them green, especially this time of year, because they won't ripen. They'll get that muddy brown and won't ripen. Betty made banana bread today. They're out there, they're available. And you know what? Bananas, who doesn't like bananas? They're really good for you. Right. And remember, if you eat right, you're going to live right.
All right, Pete, thank you, and thanks for coming back. We missed you. Enjoy.
Look how happy I am, see?
My headache's gone, my shoes are shiny, and my splinter's out. You can send your questions to Pete at producepete.com, and of course you can find him on Facebook and Twitter as well. Gus, over to you.
All right, Pat and Pete, thank you. And still ahead on Today New York, we'll have a check of your top stories, including this.
Police are investigating the shooting death of a little boy. I'm Rana Novini in Newark. I just spoke to that boy's grandfather. We have that new information for you coming up.
You could be this guy, able to carry everything in one trip because he uses his feet to open the hands-free sliding door and liftgate on his all-new Chrysler Pacifica. Or you could be that guy, whose team had to forfeit because he was late bringing the equipment. Get your all-new Chrysler Pacifica at the spring clearance event. Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get an ultra-low mileage lease on the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica for $249 a month.
Circus 1903, the golden age of circus. A brand new show live on stage April 5th through the 16th at the theater at Madison Square Garden. Tickets on sale now.
Thanks for letting us come into your home each week. We pray for you, and we're believing that you're going to see God's goodness in amazing ways. I promise you this, every time you turn us on, we're going to try to inspire you, to challenge you, to help you become all God's created you to be.
Provident Loan Society is America's only not-for-profit pawnbroker. For over 120 years, we've lent cash against gold and diamond jewelry, fine watches, and silverware for about half the cost of commercial pawnbrokers. Call us, visit us, or apply for a loan online. Provident Loan. If you need a cash loan, we're here to help. Do we really need the subtitles? See?
Dear Calvary Hospital, my nephew Chris was an expert craftsman and perfectionist. When terminal cancer began to rob him of his life, there was only one place that could meet his high standards: Calvary. Your entire staff freed Chris of his pain and filled his final days with a spirit of life that helped him rise above the circumstances. He died with the same pride and dignity that defined his entire life, because of you. Thank you, Calvary. Tom Meyer.
Call us at 718-518-2000.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
To take advantage of this offer on a Volvo S90, visit your local dealer.
Uh-oh. Do I see a little moisture on the lens, or is it just dirty? Raphael will tell us in a moment. Welcome back to Today in New York on a Saturday morning. Glad you're with us. I'm Pat Battle.
And I'm Gus Rosendale. And if you're not seeing precipitation just yet, chances are you will at some point today. Rafa Miranda in the Storm Team 4 Weather Center, tracking that wintry mix we're talking about this morning.
That's right. Yeah, there may have been a little bit of snow on the camera there. We're seeing some flakes around the tri-state. Storm Tracker 4's red sweep. It also may be dirty, Gus. You know how it goes. This is New York, after all. The big red sweep is going to be busy this weekend. Right now, we're tracking some rain and snow showers. You can see the most powerful and precise radar in the tri-state picking up very spotty activity. It's not widespread. Not everyone's seeing precipitation right now, but those of you who are, you're seeing some light snow moving into Suffolk County in Long Island and also northwest New Jersey, seeing some snowflakes there. Maybe a little bit of rain or freezing rain down across central and southern New Jersey. Now, temperature-wise, it's not cold enough to get an accumulating snow, especially on the roadways. We're back into the mid to upper 30s throughout the day, even some 40s. These are your high temperatures. So we're going to see that snow mixing with changing to rain from time to time, and it's not a big impact on your travel. Now, it changes overnight tonight. Check out the temperatures. They drop down to below freezing for most of us, and that's when we get a couple of slushy inches building up, especially north and west of New York City overnight tonight, north of 287. You may have difficult travel into your Sunday morning. We'll talk more about the storm hour by hour coming up in your full forecast. Pat and Gus, over to you.
Rafi, thank you. Now back to that breaking news that we are tracking out of Newark, where police are on the scene of a shooting that left a 10-year-old boy dead.
Roads have been blocked off since early this morning surrounding a house in the 800 block of 19th Street in New Jersey's largest city. Today, New York's Rana Novini spoke with the family, and she joins us now. Rana?
And Pat and Gus, I just spoke to that little boy's grandfather here at the scene. He's very upset. He doesn't know exactly what happened other than his 10-year-old grandson was visiting his father here in Newark from Pennsylvania. Take a look at the scene behind me. You can see still a very active investigation. Police have this block of 19th Street blocked off. It happened at a home here on the block on the right-hand side, where police are inside now trying to piece together what happened and figure out who pulled the trigger. Take a look at some video from the scene earlier this morning when this happened. Just around 1 o'clock this morning. We were here as relatives and neighbors were showing up here to the scene, trying to figure out what is going on. Police blocked off the area for the investigation. It appears it will be closed for some time now this morning. We know a 10-year-old boy was shot and killed. Again, we do not know who pulled the trigger or if police are looking for anyone. They have not said if they think this was accidental or intentional. And the prosecutor's office says, will only say right now that this is a very active investigation. And right now, the little boy's name has not yet been released. Pat and Gus, back to you.
Rana Novini from Newark. Thank you, Rana. And we are also following breaking news in France this morning. We're learning more about the man who was killed by security forces in a Paris area airport. That incident sparked an evacuation at Paris-Orly Airport. Investigators say the suspect was shot after he tried to take a gun from a soldier. The Paris prosecutor's office says the man does have a criminal record, but was not on that country's terror database. A source tells NBC News that the incident's being treated as an attempted terrorist attack, though. 2 soldiers shot the man after he wrestled a 3rd soldier to the ground and tried to take her weapon. No other injuries were reported. Now, France's interior minister says that suspect shot a police officer earlier in the day. Parts of that airport have begun to reopen to travelers.
Here at home in Queens, police are releasing new surveillance video of a man wanted for allegedly trying to rob a CVS pharmacy. And this is the man that police are looking for this morning. They say he entered the drugstore in Jackson Heights around 7:20 p.m. on Thursday and slipped an employee a note. Police say the note said, "Give me the oxycodone and no one gets hurt." When the employee refused, the man grabbed the note and took off. No one was injured in that incident.
2 homeowners in New Jersey will have to tear down what's left of their houses after fire just gutted them. Avalon officials say that fire started near some power equipment outside one of those homes and then spread to the one next door. A couple and a 7-month-old were able to get out of that house where the fire started. The owner of the other one lives in Florida, and he is on his way back to inspect the damage. But officials say both those houses are a total loss.
The time is 9:04, and an electrical fire caused some panic at the Empire State Building, all happening yesterday afternoon. Witnesses in the Starbucks on the ground floor say they heard a boom, felt some shaking, and saw the lights flicker. Baristas, I should say, rushed customers out of the building. Firefighters say a small fire on a below-ground floor is to blame. Nobody was hurt. The building and tourist attractions did stay open there over at Empire.
Hey, some good news on the commuter front for a change. The L train may not be shut down for as long as originally thought. The line was scheduled to be shut down for 18 months during repairs to the Canarsie Tunnel. However, the MTA says it's now offering contractors $15 million in incentives. Well, there's a price attached, of course, right? In order to finish the job in 15 months. The tunnel have significant damage during Superstorm Sandy, and the repair work is expected to start in April of 2019.
Okay, so you got some good news there?
Sorry, you got the bad.
Yeah, I got this. Get ready to pay more to get around the city. The newest MTA fare hike goes into effect tomorrow. Here's what you're paying. The MetroCard base fare to ride the bus or rails is staying at $2.75, but the bonus given is now only 5%, down from 11%. The cost of a time-based MetroCard going up. Monthly passes increasing by $5, while weekly passes are going up by $1. And if you choose to drive, there'll also be increases at the bridges and tunnels as well.
Well, it is the newest addition to the city subway system, but the 2nd Avenue line is already dealing with some growing pains. There are some issues with the countdown clocks on the tracks and the kiosks, and it turns out they're not always accurate. 4 investigators found that the technology used in the displays only works when paired with the same technology on trains. But the MTA says not all the trains are equipped with it yet.
Supposed to be a service, but it's almost a disservice if the time is inaccurate.
The MTA tells News 4 that riders should be patient. The clocks are just part of a pilot program, and the plan is to eventually use the new technology on trains across the entire system.
This morning, there are new questions about the Secret Service response time to an intruder who made his way onto the White House grounds 1 week ago. According to a new report, the man hopped the fence near the Treasury Department and spent 20 minutes making his way to the South Portico. All this while the president was in the White House. The man apparently triggered some motion detectors, but agents thought it was an animal. At one point, court documents say the man tried to open the front door.
The length of time that this intruder was able to be on the White House, hiding behind a pillar, and actually even going up to the door, that scares me.
And this comes as the Secret Service deals with another security issue. The department saying someone stole the laptop of an agent who lives in Brooklyn on Thursday morning.
Hillary Clinton delivered a keynote speech at a St. Patrick's Day event in Pennsylvania yesterday. She was back in the state for the first time since the election. The former Secretary of State spoke at the annual Society of Irish Women's St. Patrick's Day dinner celebration in Scranton. Clinton's father was born in that city. She talked about her Pennsylvania roots and told the audience that she is, quote, ready to come out of the woods to help unify what she called a divided nation. And about 600 people were there, which organizers say is the largest crowd ever for that event.
Well, a winter weather advisory coming in for some of us right here on Today New York. Up next, Raph will track the weather.
I'm Greg Sergel in Stony Brook. Some thought he'd never amount to much, but one Long Islander who's battled a crippling disease his entire life had other ideas.
And Storm Team 4's Rafael Miranda will be back with a check of today's forecast when we return. Stay tuned.
Deep within Key Largo, you'll see things that may surprise you. From the unspoiled wilderness of the Florida Everglades to the tranquility of John Pennekamp State Park. Look below the surface, and you'll find more depth in Key Largo.
We open on the Avenger Power Reclining Sofa and Console Love Seat from Bob's Discount Furniture. We see their price, only $6.99 each. camera lovingly pans over their silky smooth performance fabric and comfy Bobopedic memory foam. Cut to a tight shot of their power USB ports. Then, a few surprises. The sofa has a drop-down middle seat with cup holders. The love seat has a flip-up headrest with lights and a hidden drawer. And both come in gray or black. In the last shot we cut to, a devilishly handsome spokes puppet.
The school, the neighborhood, the neighbors, the house next door to the neighbors, the RE/MAX agent who checked off every detail she knew the family would love at 107 Meadow. The knowledge to find what's right for you. That's the sign of a RE/MAX agent.
Sunday on an all-new Open House NYC.
We visit Billy Joel's Florida getaway. Plus, we're inside a stylish industrial chic home on the Upper West Side.
Open House NYC, Sundays at 8:30 a.m. on NBC4 New York.
There is one place that you can count on to help you save time, save money. ShopRite.
This week, save 40% on your favorite cuts of assorted Purdue fresh poultry. At ShopRite, we're all about food. We're all about savings. We're all about you.
Early detection is critical in fighting cancer. A misdiagnosis or other errors can have serious consequences. For almost 40 years, Jacoby & Myers has successfully represented thousands of clients, winning them the money they need to take care of themselves and their families. You fight the cancer. We'll fight for you. Jacoby & Myers, winning serious injury lawsuits since 1972. Call 1-800-264-8590.
See the Harlem Globetrotters live. This is what it feels like when an amazing moment becomes an unforgettable memory.
Playing Barclays Center in the new Coliseum, presented by NYCB, April 2nd and 14th. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
Our producers of Saturday Night Live say they plan to do something they have never done before. Go live across the entire country. They will air the last 4 episodes live across all the time zones. It is a first in the show's 42 seasons. Until now, fans watching the show in Mountain Pacific time zones had to wait for a tape-delayed show. That means, these days especially, most of the jokes and surprises are spoiled. Social media before those shows make air. SNL returns April 8th. Comedian Louis C.K. will be the host, and the Chainsmokers will be the musical guest. And this weekend, Casey Affleck hosts an encore presentation with Chance the Rapper as the musical guest.
On Long Island, what a special day for a Stony Brook University medical student who overcame all the odds and his own disability to pursue his dream to become a doctor. News 4's Greg Sergel takes us along on his inspiring journey.
A letter in a white envelope pointed the way to Kip Guja's future, a future his mom couldn't have imagined when her middle child was born 33 years ago.
He had so many things wrong with him, and they didn't exactly say it was going to be a great outlook.
The boy with cerebral palsy would have learning disabilities, his mom was told. She was urged to put him in special ed classes. But Pat Guja didn't want her son defined by his disability.
You can do it, Cap. It doesn't hurt to try, as I used to always say to him.
As a kid, Kip Guja spent a lot of time in hospitals, enduring several surgeries. But it was a doctor's words that truly changed Kip's life when he was in first grade.
He really encouraged me to see CP not necessarily as a hard and fast limitation, but rather, as I said, more of a challenge that could be overcome.
Kip turned that advice into a way of life. He earned a master's degree from Johns Hopkins University, and this spring will be awarded both a PhD and medical degree from Stony Brook University's School of Medicine.
We gave him a chance, and he beat all of our expectations.
2, 1. Which leads us back to that white envelope. When he opened it with his fellow medical students, Kip Guja learned he was accepted to a residency at Stanford University.
I want to jump for joy and say, look what he has accomplished.
His goal now is to work as a radiologist and help other CP patients.
It's important to get the message out. Whatever limitations you have are not necessarily hard and fast.
Greg Sergel, News 4 New York.
Talking about that earlier, that mom's advice, never hurts to try. Boy, what a motto that we should apply in our daily goings-ons.
For all of us.
Yeah, for whatever you're doing. Great story from Greg there. Well, Reverend Miranda's here, looking a little foggy, a little hazy, a little
cloudy, got a bit of everything, some snow out there. It's coming. Nothing big, just, yes.
Beach Tuesday.
That's right. Yes, much better than nothing like what we had on Tuesday, Pat. I'm glad you're enthusiastic. Many of you out there as well that we're not dealing with a lot of snow through the weekend, but we have some stuff to get through. We'll take a look at your forecast forecast hour by hour coming up in just a minute. There's a look outside right now, the Tappan Zee, and you can see the clouds are dominating the weather right now. Up towards Westchester, Rockland counties, you may get some snow flurries coming in over the next couple of hours. Right now, it looks to be mainly dry, but the roads are moving well. Yeah, we may see some snow. In fact, we're tracking that right now in real time on our storm tracker for the red sweep. This is the most powerful and precise radar in the region. And check out the spotty snow showers showing up this morning. And not everyone, in fact, most of you are not seeing anything, but we're seeing some light snow in places like northwest New Jersey, Westchester, Rockland counties, and also some snow flurries now moving to Suffolk County. Temperatures are below freezing in some spots, so you may get a brief accumulation, maybe a coating at most, and then this continues to move away. The radar picture, as we take a wider view of our radar network here, you can see a larger system moving towards the tri-state. This gradually works through the region throughout the weekend. So we're dealing with this today and tonight and for part of tomorrow morning. You can see in your weather headlines, it's chilly today. We have those mixed showers, rain, snow, changing back and forth a bit. Everything changes over to snow overnight tonight as temperatures drop for everyone. Light accumulations are possible, especially north and west of town. And then if you're tired of this cold weather, well, we have a lot of cold weather on the way, but also some warmer days ahead. We'll take a look at the 10-day forecast. Right now, it's chilly in northwest New Jersey, 25 in High Point. It's 25 for you in Walpack, 31 Sparta. So below freezing, and this is setting the stage for accumulating snow in northwest New Jersey. That may happen later on today and into tonight. So you can see in your day planner today, it's not a washout and it's not heavy rain or snow. It's light snow showers mixing with rain throughout the day. It does get breezy, so if you're heading outside with the chill, temperatures in the 30s and the wind, you will need to bundle up and you'll need those layers. And dinner time tonight, still tracking those rain and snow showers, eventually changing over to snow after 9 p.m. Now you can see on Future Tracker, this is 1 o'clock today and it's not an impressive looking storm at all. Not dealing with heavy precipitation. That's why the snow totals will be light. Couple of slushy inches north and west of town. That's really about it. Now taking a look at your forecast for the rest of the weekend. Tomorrow starts out with a snow shower or two. Then we're dry by the afternoon. It's windy tomorrow, but it's a little milder with a high temperature of 44 degrees. Sunshine as the day goes on. Monday, for the first day of spring, it arrives around 6:30 in the morning, getting a little milder there. 49 for your high on Monday, keeping it dry and breezy with 50s on Tuesday. You want to stay up to date with the News 4 New York app? Tap the News 4 logo in the corner and select the weather tab. You can see the latest forecast, Storm Tracker 4, and how to submit your own weather video. The News 4 New York app for iPhone is available in the App Store right now. And while you're online, of course, you want to play our interactive trivia game. March is Women's History Month, and this week's questions are inspired by trailblazing females of the world. Stay with us. Women's History Trivia is coming up.
Sunday, Steve Harvey has his hands full. From Tightrope Rashid and Cowboy Blaze to the dynamic duo of Kylie and Snowflake.
Kiss him.
Kiss her. Kiss him. Little Big Shots, all new Sunday on NBC.
This job allows me to see people sometimes at their most vulnerable, but time and time again, you see them move forward. If there's nothing else I've learned from this business, it's the ability of people to bounce back. It is something remarkable to behold.
Wow, I can take the car?
Yep, as soon as you get the brakes and the tires checked.
And the oil change.
Taking care of your car shouldn't take over your life. Meineke can fix your car and get you back to what matters. And now, basic oil change is only $19.95 and includes a free tire rotation. Meineke, on with life.
Oh, yes. We should put this on the mantle.
Oh, or in a box.
Out with the old. In with the better. Make room for your new Hyundai. The spring cleaning sales event is here, and it's time to save. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And this is the reason to buy now. Lease a Santa Fe Sport for just $139 a month for 24 months. But don't wait. These offers end March 31st.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. Maybe that's why we've been ranked highest in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power 4 years in a row. And now you can love Fios too. Get 150 meg internet, TV, and phone, all for $79.99 per month for the first year with a 2-year agreement. It's the only internet with equal upload and download speeds. Cable only offers upload speeds that are a fraction of the download speeds. Plus, get HBO for a year and free multi-room DVR service for 2 years. Get the best. Go to getfios.com.
Wow, I can take the car?
Yep, as soon as you get the brakes and the tires checked.
And the oil change.
Taking care of your car shouldn't take over your life. Meineke can fix your car and get you back to what matters. And now, basic oil change is only $19.95 and includes a free tire rotation. Meineke, on with life.
We are back, and you'll be thrilled to know Trivia's back too. It's time to play.
Some people missed it last week. But first, let's congratulate our winner from 2 weeks ago. Congratulations go to Stan Ercolano. Now, we have a picture of Stan with his wife, youngest daughter, and 2 granddaughters. Stan is a longtime player, but a first-time winner.
Yay!
So, way to go, Stan.
Yay.
Now, Rafi, take it away.
All right, yeah, it is trivia time, and today's topic is inspired by women and the history that they've made. Now, for those of you joining us for the first time, here's how you play. Just log on to NBCNewYork.com/trivia. You can play on any smartphone, tablet, computer, or web-enabled device, but you have to hit refresh because your browser must be up to date. Now, once we officially begin, the questions are going to pop up on your TV screen, and you'll have 12 seconds to choose an answer by selecting those options on your browser. While you're online, chat with your fellow trivia players right there on the site. All right, let's get that countdown clock started. Did you know that March is National Women's History Month? Now, for centuries, women have changed history quietly and as the leaders of movements. Women have acted as spies, saved countless lives on the Underground Railroad. They've flown into space and run for president. Today, we're going to learn a little about the legends and the unsung heroes in today's Women's History Month trivia. Remember, the only way to play is by logging on to NBCNewYork.com/trivia. You want to answer as quickly as possible. It's those speedy, correct answers, of course, that will up your score. All right, good luck, everyone. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Question number 1. Who was the country's first female Secretary of State? Was it Madeleine Albright, Condoleezza Rice, or Hillary Clinton? This pioneering woman was born in Czechoslovakia. She became an American citizen when she was 20. 40 years later, she made history. It is number 1. Madeleine Albright was nominated by President Bill Clinton as the first female Secretary of State in 1996. All right, who sings I'm Every Woman? Is it Sarah Vaughan, Jennifer Lopez, or Chaka Khan? This R&B legend influenced some of the biggest names in pop music. She formed her first group at age 11, the Crystalettes in Chicago. It is Chaka Khan. Khan eventually joined Rufus, and it became one of the biggest funk bands of the 70s. You may know her for her solo hit, of course, I'm Every Woman. All right, question number 3. Who was the first woman to compete in the Indy and Daytona 500s? Danica Patrick, Janet Guthrie, or Lella Lombardi? Now, her memoirs are called Life at Full Throttle. She is a racing pioneer and even owned her own race team. It's number 2. Janet Guthrie finished 9th in the Indy 500 back in 1978. And at the time, it was the highest finish by a woman in the race. She held that record until 2005. All right, question number 4. Which woman was the first to fly solo across the Atlantic? Was it Patty Wagstaff, Amelia Earhart, or Ruth Elder? The first man to solo across the Atlantic was Charles Lindbergh in 1927. Just 5 years later, a woman did it. It was number 2. Earhart flew from Newfoundland to Northern Ireland back in 1932. Congress honored her with a Distinguished Flying Cross for her historic flight. All right, question number 5. The first woman elected to Congress was from which state? Wyoming, New York, or Montana? Jeanette Rankin was the daughter of a rancher, a school teacher, and a suffragist. She was elected in 1916, 4 years before all women could even vote. And the answer is number 3. Rankin was from Montana. Before that, she attended the New York School of Philanthropy, now Columbia University School of Social Work. All right, question number 6. Who was the first woman to run for president? Was it Victoria Woodhull, Hillary Clinton, or Shirley Chisholm? An historic election for sure. This candidate's running mate, Frederick Douglass, was the first African-American ever nominated for vice president. And the answer is number 1. Woodhull was the first, but not the last. Shirley Chisholm, the first African-American woman elected to Congress, is among that group. All right, question number 7. Who was the first woman in the U.S. military to earn 4 stars? Was it Nadia West, Michelle Howard, or Anne Dunwoody? The first female 4-star general spent 38 years in the Army. She was first commissioned in the Women's Army Corps. It's number 3. When she retired, General Ray Odierno called her a brilliant, dedicated officer and the best logistician the Army has ever had. All right, question number 8. Which constitutional amendment grants all women the right to vote? Is it the 9th, the 14th, or the 19th? The amendment was first introduced to Congress in 1878 and took more than 40 years to pass. It's the 19th Amendment. It was the letter from a mother to her lawmaker son that swayed his vote in Tennessee. that eventually led to national ratification. All right, question number 9. Who wrote the first American novel to sell more than 1 million copies? It was a woman. Was it Susan Warner? Was it J.K. Rowling? Or was it Toni Morrison? Now, she was born in New York City, and one of her novels sold 10,000 copies on the day of publication back in 1856. That should narrow it down. So the answer is Susan Warner. Her sentimental and moralistic novel, The Wild, Wild World, sold more than 1 million copies, a first by an American author. All right, question number 10. Tabitha Babbitt is credited with inventing which hardware tool? You may use it. Is it the wrench, circular saw, or the chainsaw? Now, some things you may not know were invented by women: the dishwasher, windshield wipers, liquid paper, Kevlar, signal flares, and the circular saw. Babbitt is credited with inventing the spinning saw, which she thought would be more efficient than the traditional two-man whipsaw. All right, great game, everyone, and we had some challenging questions there. The web winner today is 55-62. You did it, Women's History Trivia. Excellent scores in the 8,000s. Now, don't forget to fill out that form at the end of the game. I know, Pat, we have some women's history buffs out there. And congratulations to our top 10 players. And even if you don't see your name, congratulations to you. We'll be right back after the break.
I'll walk from here, Dad.
Are you embarrassing me?
Oh, no, it's not you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Uh-oh, better get Mako. Stop by for our $4.99 paint sale, or only $3.99 when you use your Mako credit card. Mako, America's Body Shop.
You might think it's weird coming from a guy that only wears one shirt, but I love having choices. And choice is what you get at my Bob's Discount Furniture. Like my Dalton, complete bedroom only $9.99. With your choice of bed, king, queen, full, or 2 twins. Space tight? Go with my Dalton dresser and storage bed. Again with your choice of size, still only $9.99. With all these choices, maybe it's time I rethink my wardrobe. Nah, who am I kidding?
The new Lincoln MKZ, a refined twin-turbocharged 400 horsepower engine for effortless power, a conversation quiet cabin for a sense of serenity, and a retractable panoramic roof for more sky than any other luxury sedan. It's like that. The exhilarating new Lincoln MKZ. Lease an MKZ for $269 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months only at your Lincoln dealer.
I'll walk from here, Dad.
Are you embarrassing me?
Oh, no, it's not you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Uh-oh, better get Mako. Stop by for our $4.99 paint sale, or only $3.99 when you use your Mako credit card. Mako, America's Body Shop.
Well, Pat, as you noted, nothing like Tuesday, but some people are going to see a little bit of snow today.
Yeah, we're seeing some right now. In fact, some rain and snow showers out there. Let's take a look at Storm Tracker 4's Big Red Sweep, giving you that real-time look. The only radar that can do that in the tri-state.
Absolutely.
And we're seeing some snow showers now in northwest New Jersey, also across Long Island, mainly spotty stuff, and even some rain down the Jersey Shore where temperatures are well above freezing, and a bit of a wintry mix in between as you head into places like Warren County and western Middlesex County. So snow showers mixing with rain throughout the day today. Overnight tonight, everything changes over to snow. Accumulations are going to be light, not much at all near the city. North and west of town, you may see a couple of sloppy inches, 2 to 4 at most in the higher elevations, and a lot of that is really on the grassy surfaces, not so much on the roadway. So travel not majorly impacted by this storm. Now tomorrow morning, you may wake up to a snow shower that tapers off by the afternoon, and then it's windy and blustery. You need the jackets kind of all weekend long.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Monday,
first day of spring. Yes, and near 50. Yeah, we're heading in the right direction.
All right, great. Thank you, Raphael. And thanks for spending this part of your Saturday morning with us. We sure appreciate it.
Our next broadcast at 6. Updates always at NBCNewYork.com. Thank you for having us in for news.
Saturday, April 8th is your day. Our day.
The day we come together
to help end hunger.
Saturday, April 8th, NBC4 and Telemundo 47 are feeding our families.
But we can't do it without you.
Head to your nearest Stop and Shop to donate non-perishable food so your neighbors can get basic needs.
Get fed up.
And then get fired up.
And take action.
Together, we can make a difference with feeding our families. Together, we're for New York.
You could be this guy, able to carry everything in one trip because he uses his feet to open the hands-free sliding door and liftgate on his all-new Chrysler Pacifica. Or you could be that guy whose team had to forfeit because he was late bringing the equipment. Get your all-new Chrysler Pacifica at the spring clearance event. Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get an ultra-low mileage lease on the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica for $249 a month.
Hi, I'm Tillman Fertitta, and I own the Golden Nugget Casinos. We're redefining the online gaming experience with Golden Nugget Online Live Dealer. For the very first time in America, you can play online against real dealers, broadcasted live from our casino in Atlantic City. So what are you waiting for? Our live dealers are ready to play with you. It's the real deal.
Sign up now and we'll double your first deposit up to $1,000 at GoldenNuggetCasino.com.
When you're selling your home, you might have heard,
the market is down.
The market
is up. Down. Up, down.
But your RE/MAX agent knows.
Every home I've sold in this neighborhood has received multiple offers above listing price.
The right experience to find the right offer. That's the sign of a RE/MAX agent.
It isn't just about vision.